Hello and welcome back to the Wrexham Way. Hope you're all doing well and looking forward to today's video where the Papa John's Trophy Cup run continues. Today we're taking on the Leeds United Under 23s, and what I'd like to think is one of the easier games that we've had on this cup run, but they've got to here on merit, so they're probably quite good. After that though, we do have the Battle of Wales where we take on Newport County. They beat us earlier on this season 1-0 at our place, so we need to go and beat them 1-0 at their place. Ideally more than 1-0 though. So if you think we can get 2 wins in today's episode, make sure you do drop a like on the video for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here and leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm. Not a huge amount of stuff to update you on since you guys were last here for the triple header. The 4-2 win against Morecambe, the 2-0 win against Crewe, and then the 5-0 loss to Derby County. We've played 3 games in between episodes. A 5-1 win against Bromley was absolutely superb, so really cemented ourselves as battering all the teams from the National League. We've also beat Crawley 2-0 to Brandon Covert and George Alexander in the score sheet there, but then we lost 1-0 to Port Vale. Like, out of nowhere. I don't really understand how. We played terribly in this game as well, by the way. Normally, you know, we have like 20 shots a game, stuff like that. This game, 8 shots to Port Vale, 10 shots to us. We really did not play very well. So for whatever reason, that's a blot on our record, but we are still top of the table as things stand, as you would expect. Only by 8 points though. Forest Green have been very good in between episodes, but I don't think there's any danger as dropping outside the top 3 now, looking at how far clear we are of Bradford and Walsall. The good news is a few players are coming back to fitness. Chris Johns is fully back now, as is James Jones, although maybe only for 45 minutes in this game against Leeds United, but they will both be playing today. To be fair, I'm pretty pleased with Serene, actually. I think he's done pretty well as the interim goalkeeper. If we look at his form, obviously right off the game against Derby, because that was not great, but every other game, he's been pretty decent, to be fair. So I'm pretty happy with him. And new signing Danny Drinkwater has, I think, overall been pretty decent so far. He got 4 assists in the game against Bromley in that 5-1 win. So obviously played very well in that game. But even taken away from that one, his average rating is still above a 7. So I think it's really good. Despite that, he's not making the starting 11 for the game against Leeds United, though. Chris Johns back in goal for the first time since his injury, with a backline of Lennon, Bulmer and Hayden, with Medford Smith and Hosanna in the wing-back roles. Wallace and James Jones, he comes back into the team for the first time today, too. We might switch him up at half-time, depending on how fit he is. Brandon Covert in the attacking playmaker role, because Carney's pretty tired out there. So is Medford Smith, to be fair, but because McFadden's got a long injury for his hamstring, Tristan Needham can play there, but I'd rather not play him there and just use Medford Smith in a big game like this. Also up front, Alexander and Mullin are leading the line. Mullin not really getting that many goals in between episodes. He's up to 23 now. Alexander on 16 and Shimanga on 14. I love our strike force. I think our strike force is so good this season, and it will probably do us for another couple of years or so. But watch the curse of the commentator happen now. They'll draw blanks in this game against Leeds, won't they? Now I've bigged them up. They won't do anything. Unless, of course, Paul Mullin can get on the end of that ball. He can't. As a highlight kickoff right now. As a highlight kickoff, a kickoff. A highlight from kickoff, that's what I was trying to say, essentially. It's Leeds United in possession right now as the under-23s look to come forward, but I think we do have some pretty decent players in this under-23s team. As Somerville gets the ball out wide, is forced back by Hosanna. McCarran, though, can bring it into Jenkins. Back to McCarran. Good pressure from us here. If we can get the challenge in here, the counter-attack could be on, particularly if we win it high up the pitch like this. But they are forced to go back to their goalkeeper instead. A whole minute passed by. There has to be a goal at the end of this highlight. I don't know why else it would be so long right at the start of this game. Cody Drammer on the ball, forward to Pervader, who's a very good player. Edmondson's a very good player. And Bogus is probably the best player in this team, I would imagine. And shows it, doesn't he? Not a great start. It's weird because this Leeds United under-23 team, there's players in here who obviously haven't played senior football before. But there's players in here who are probably good enough for the Championship. Like Bogus probably is good enough for the Championship. Pervader might be good enough for the Championship. Same with Cody Drammer, maybe. Perhaps I'm bigging him up a little bit. But having managed Leeds before in the past, and knowing what their level was at the end of FM20, actually, I think it was, I feel like they are probably good enough by now for that sort of League One Championship level, I would assume. So there are some very decent players in their team, but there's very decent players in our team too. In the meantime, Kofi Balmer, who's not played brilliantly in his last 5 games or so, we've been dropping him a little bit for Oliver Street, who's played very well recently, I must say. Maybe we should have started him in this game instead, but potentially with that we could be not 1-0 down in this game. But as he brings the ball forward into James Jones, he manages to find George Alexander, who's put that wide somehow. Wow, okay. Free kick on the edge of the area, though. That was very quick. Harry Lennon gets on the end of the James Jones free kick, and it's like James Jones has not been gone. Back in the team after about a month or so off, and immediately grabbing an assist. Easy header for Lennon there, absolutely unmarked, and we're back on level terms. Although Leeds are, holding us quite nicely. It's a tight game so far. 5 shots to our 3 shots. They've had 62% possession, though. They are better than us out there right now, I must say. They are better than us, and potentially I should have gone a little bit... I keep saying potentially weirdly. I do apologise. I realise after I've said it, I'm putting like a H in there somewhere. But either way, potentially, this could be a tricky second half for us. But that's a fantastic save there from Chris Johns, although it has gone out for a goal kick, it said. So maybe it hit the crossbar instead. Another corner for them, though. And, I mean, we've just left that completely... Who was that at the far post that should have won that header? We'll find out on the replay in a second. But that was a poor goal to concede. It's Wallace who just leaves Edmondson to have a header for free. And to be fair, I don't think we could have done much about Jenkins maybe, but no one really followed him. He was marked originally. Okay. So, I've bigged up the strikers, haven't I? And, well, we're not really doing anything right now, are they? Mullen, you go through the middle. We're going to bring Shamanga on, who likes to be... Wait, you were pressing forward too. Two pressing forwards. Mullen as an advance forward. Maybe Drinkwater comes on for Wallace as a deep line playmaker on... maybe not deep line, advanced playmaker on attack. Let's do that to just try and bridge things a little bit. But we have 3 of the best talents in the league on the pitch right now. If they can't score goals against Leeds kids... maybe we need to be asking a few questions about the commitment of some of these players, I must say. But it is Leeds United coming forward again, through to Miller. And we've done well to defend that, but we shouldn't have let them through in the first place. And in the meantime, the counter-attack is being cut out here from a poor pass from Mullen. Very attacking, demands more. Come on, this is the competition that we should be winning, We should be winning this well, we'd like to think we can win this competition, but we should be there or thereabouts. What else can I do? Not a huge amount, I don't think. Like, we'll push Hosanna forward as a winger on attack. Medford Smith doesn't really like it. Of course, we've not really got anyone else who can come on. Let's just bring Carney on there as a shadow striker or something. Really try and push the boat here. I'm praying for a free kick. James Jones, Alexander over the bar. I think he might have been offside actually in the process too, but that was almost the moment. Sadly, no Papa John's trophy for us this season. We've lost it. And you know what? Defensive errors. That's what's cost us here. Maybe not quite the defensive errors all the time. Like, if you look at the possession, all the match stats, they're ahead, right? We'll get the match stats in a second. It'll tell us in the news article, won't it? Yeah, they had 12 shots to our 9. They had 59% possession. Yeah, I guess on the balance of play, maybe Leeds did deserve to win it. But their goals did come from some dodgy play from us. Oh well, we've got a few days to recover before we take on Newport County. But that's now 2 games in a row that we've lost. When was the last time we lost 2 games in a row? I mean, to be fair, we've lost 3 games in January. That's not ideal for us at all. But that's the first time this season we've lost 2 games in a row. Last season, okay, we did lose 2 games in a row a couple of times last season. But the last time we did it was November 2021. It's now January 2023. I think that's a pretty decent achievement, In the meantime, some League 2 fixtures taking place. Forest Green are one of them against Leyton Orient, so we'll keep tabs on that one because that could have a bit of effect of us, particularly if we end up losing to whoever we're playing against, Newport County. Forest Green do win. If we lose to Newport County, it's a 5-point difference there, and all of a sudden, that's a tight battle. So, for this one, we either beat Newport County, or for the first time in the series, we go 3 games in a row losing. Unless, of course, we draw. Have we ever gone? Yeah, we have gone 3 games without winning before. This season we went 3 games with Carlisle, Morecambe, and Barrow. But I mean, it's still not a bad record at all, is it? 3 games there without winning. Yeah, not often, but we have done it. But never 4 games. Never 4 games. But given that Walsall are the team after we play Newport County off camera, and they're 4th, that could be possible. Okay. What needs to change then? Well, Paul Mullen had a poor game last time out, and actually his last 5 have been pretty poor on a 6.7. Let's drag him off for Shamanga. Let's do that first and foremost. Everyone else is pretty fit. Brandon Cover will come off for Carney. Let's get him back on the pitch. You know what? Kofi Balmer's still not impressing me. Oliver Street, on you come, back on the pitch. And to be fair, Wallace not on the best of times either. Drinkwater's not really a ball winner, but we'll play him as one today. Again, I'd probably take Medford Smith off for the fitness, but McFadzine is still injured and there's no one else who can really properly play, so we'll have to deal with it. Right, okay then. Battle of Wales, Newport versus Wrexham. They got the better of us earlier on this season. Surely we can turn it around. Although, 17 minutes into the game, it's the first highlights, so not promising too much. Oh, you hate to see it. Shamanga rockets one off the crossbar. Bounces down. It's an unlucky bounce, to be fair. A slightly lower angle. That's in the back of a net. Okay, at least Shamanga's playing well. I always wonder why he doesn't really get much more of a chance in the Football League. Like, he's proven himself time and time again, I feel, in non-league football. Why has he not found a move to a Football League club as we nearly concede there? Livermore with the corner. Is that Jake Livermore? Surely it's not Jake Livermore. Either way, it got cleared and the highlight finished. A Livermore. I can't say his first name. Okay, I won't even try. And apparently no relation to Jake Livermore. Okay. But he's a very similar player to this guy, who's also at Newport County. Okay, well, I have no idea who he is. I mean, is that really like a great hype tool? Like, you're similar to a player in your own team? Like, compare yourself to, like, Messi, not your teammate. Either way, we reached half-time. It's 0-0, and it's still looking like it could be 0-0 by the end of the game. Why are we suddenly not winning games? It's the January slump. It's always a January slump, isn't there? And I never quite understand it. Alexander not on the greatest of games, to be fair, and on a yellow card and looking tired, so Mullen will come on. Bryce Hosanna off for Connor Bradley. And, I mean, on a 6-4, Danny Drinkwater. Tristan Needham, on you come. See if you can do a job. So 3 changes all at the same time. 25 minutes to go. We've gone more attacking. I'm shouting demands more. And yeah, we're not really seeing anything. I mean, can we change the role of Carney to Shadow Striker, please, on attack? That would be nice. That could just maybe do something for us. Oh, I thought that was it. I thought that was the moment that we'd get a double loss to Newport County this season. But instead we are counter-attacking and then get tackled. The highlight probably finishes. But Newport have really taken the game to us, to be fair. And I'll be honest, judging by the XG, they'll feel unfortunate not to win this, particularly if we can get on the end of that free kick. We're not quite going to be able to. Medford Smith, though, on the ball. Forward to Lennon. Back to Needham. Needham to put a ball into Lennon, into the middle. Carney can't get there above the keeper. Was never really going to get there, I don't think. And the highlight does continue. I feel like the game is just tricking us into a false sense of security, and it's going to be the ending highlight of the game. Nothing's going to happen from this. Let's not get ourselves too excited because the game's just going to finish. If anyone scores, I'll be really, really cross, Football Manager. Don't you dare score, Football Manager. Well, I thought reverse psychology might work. It was worth a go. Worth a shot. There is another highlight, though. It's for a red card, probably, isn't it? No, this one literally is the closing highlight of the game. 10 seconds to go. Unless Medford Smith can put a beautiful ball onto the head of Shamanga, which he can't. We have won a free kick, though. Final chance of the game. James Jones. Deliver a beautiful ball onto the noggin of someone. Oh, you hate to see it. That was so close. I was about to stand up in celebration. 0-0. 3 games in a row without winning. Not the greatest of episodes today, I'll be honest. Form is dipping this January. Form is dipping. I mean, do we count the loss to Derby County? Yeah, I guess we do. I guess we have to, right? We have to. But that's not ideal. We're out of all cup competitions too now this season, so there's no cups to focus on. It's literally just the league. So I think next episode we will go through to probably Bolton or Exeter. Or probably just both those. Oh no, there's an international break in between there. Let's go to Exeter and Tranmere. Exeter and Tranmere next episode, I think. No, that's a lie. Gillingham and Bolton, and then it gives us a nice bit of time before the end of the season. Gillingham and Bolton next episode then. Also, Gillingham and Bolton are 7th and 8th, so they are teams fighting for the playoff places, so they actually might do a bit of damage against us. Anyway, thank you very much for watching today's episode. Not the best in terms of results, but nonetheless, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you do drop a like on the video for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm. Until next time, have a lovely evening. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.